This is the way to Father's private room. Would any of you mind if I paid a visit to somewhere? Not at all, assuming you where I think you do. We're all as curious as you are. Yes.
Your Grace, I think you should refrain from...
Silence! Just you watch. I will return to glory, no matter what it takes. I know. Were I to capture His Majesty, I would have countless options on how to stage my triumphant return.
He doesn't seem to be repenting in the slightest.
If anything, he seems to have gone mad.
Some people seriously don't know when to give up.
Father, I beg you to stop this madness. Why can you not understand that all you are doing is soiling the good name of Albarea?
You dare to speak to me in such a manner? Whose fault do you think it is that I'm in this situation to begin with?
Your own.
Your own, Father! We nobles stand above the common people, but that is all the more reason we should conduct ourselves with pride. You've become obsessed with the power you have at your disposal, and yet you disregard the responsibilities that come with it. What this family needs now is to regain the trust and dignity that will allow it to stand atop the nobility once more. To be recognized once more as worthy of being loyal subjects of His Majesty. Why can't you understand that, Father?
Eustace.
Lord Eustace.
And who do you think you are lecturing? I don't need you to tell me what I must take back. I will take back all that I've lost regardless.
I apologize for speaking out of turn. I shall serve as your acting representative to the best of my abilities until you are fit to return. I pray that is soon.
That will do for now. You reminded me of your mother for a moment. She was always a reserved woman, but with a strong sense of integrity and a great inner strength.
Pardon, Father?
I will leave the running of the province to you for the time being, Eustace. Keep things as they are until I can return. And be wary of Duke Cayenne. That man is not to be trusted. He uses the Alliance's power for his own benefit and takes control of everything important himself. He has something planned. I know it. Why else should he have involved all those suspicious collaborators in all of this? I'm certain that it was his fault that Rufus betrayed me as well. Regardless, if you manage to oust him from his position, I want to know about it. I belong at the top of the Alliance, not him.
Well, if you will excuse me, I ought to take my leave. Take good care of yourself, Father.
Please excuse us.
I'm sorry that you had to see me like that.
Nah, you should be proud of yourself, mate.
He hasn't changed. Although, I don't know. I got the impression what you said had some effect on him.
As did I. In my 8 years as part of this family, that is the first time he has shown any interest in me. Perhaps it means he finally sees at least a little potential within me as his son. I can now leave here with no regrets. Now I can face my brother as a proud member of the Albarea family.
I'm glad to hear it, Eustace. All right, let's get going. Not just to face Crow, but to meet Rufus again, too.
Right.
Have you come to visit Lady Scarlet? Her condition has improved significantly since she was first brought in here, but please do try to keep your voices down.
Back again, are you? You really are a meddlesome little boy.
Sorry for thinking there's anything wrong with looking out for the sick and injured. How are you feeling? I've heard you're still bedridden.
Oh, my condition's nothing to worry about. I'm a real toughie, for better or for worse. Maybe if I was a much frailer woman, then I would have been able to return to Adios instead of being left here.
Not likely.
She seems kind of different from before. She seems a lot more at peace now.
What you've done can never be forgiven. Nothing in your past could excuse what you did as a terrorist. But I still want to know what made you hate the Chancellor so much you'd throw away your own life to take his. Would you be willing to tell us, Scarlet? I never had the chance to hear that part last time we spoke.
I suppose. It's not like hiding it is going to do me any good at this point. It's not that special a story. But if you want to know that badly... I told you about my family, didn't I? Back on the Pantagruel. We had a big farm in Midwestern Erebonia. It was a really peaceful place. We had plenty of land, too. My parents were adored by the workers on it, and I loved living there. Then all of a sudden, we were told there was going to be a railway built through it. It was supposedly part of a national project with the Chancellor's backing. The land was all requisitioned, and before any of us knew it, it was no longer ours to call home. All we had was a pile of Mira. We were meant to take that and go find somewhere else to live, apparently. I wasn't even in Erebonia when it happened. By the time I got back in the country, it was all over. That farm was my father's life. We tried, but we couldn't find another place that could even begin to compare to the one we'd lost. And in the end, all we were left with was a pile of money we neither wanted nor had any use for.
I do hear stories like that from time to time about the Chancellor.
Crow told me a similar story about his own past. He said that his grandfather passed away afterwards.
My father was the same. He fell into the depths of despair and tried to drown his sorrows with alcohol, and then he eventually died in an accident. And after that, we all just drifted apart. I don't know where the rest of my family is, or if they're even alive anymore.
I don't know what to say.
I don't think anyone could blame you for despising him after an experience like that.
I know just how Crow feels. I suppose that's why I feel that if anyone can do it, it's all of you. If anyone can make him turn back, it's you.
Scarlet, don't worry, we will. You have my word. He's our classmate, after all.
Whether he likes it or not, he's one of us. He can't just leave us so easily.
He needs to come back and take full responsibility for all the trouble he caused at the festival.
Thank you for telling us your story. I hope you get better soon.
I've gotten myself caught by the world's biggest goody two-shoes, haven't I?
It happens. Go on. There's no point in hanging around here any longer. You have things you need to do. I don't, so I'll be right here waiting. I want to see how things end up for all of you. And for Crow. Make sure you do. There are plenty of great news coming your way when we're done. That's my boy. So you've finally been to the big fancy parties in the capital before? Yeah, just because my dad keeps dragging me along to them there. They're the worst. They're always so stuffy and there's never anyone my age there. If you gave me the choice between going to parties every day and spending the rest of my life in a hick town like this, So sorry, I didn't mean to say that. It just kind of slipped out through force of habit. Oh, don't worry, I know that you're not trying to be mean or anything. Besides, it's nice knowing that you prefer to be here than at some fancy gala. Thanks, I really would. Are you sure you're okay sitting out here with me like this? Don't you have work to do at the shop? Well, I would, but Dad told me to take the day off. Didn't even give me any warning. Oh, I hate it when he does this. That's adults for you. My parents are busy arguing again, so I decided to slip out. I imagine you do that a lot. Oh, St. Leanne, please bless Lady Laura and her friends with your protection. Her bravery, her honesty, and her very existence are the treasures of Legram. So please grant her success, and bring her back to us safely. My word, this probably isn't in my ears to hear, but I'm touched. I'd be blushing if I heard someone praying for me like that. Laura is our priceless treasure, so please, St. Leanne, keep her safe. Worry not, Prana. Be sure to come back to you safely. There's a major battle in Heimdall? That man at the reception said so. He said the two armies are going to be clashing with each other at noon. what should we do? Indeed. It sounds like when we'll be able to go back to Heimdall should be the least of our worries. How long has the situation been like this anyway? Things as they are, we might be better off as far away from Heimdall as possible. Perhaps ending up here in Legram was for the best. Probably. The battle for Heimdall doesn't seem to be the only major event beginning. There's something's happening in the west, too. And there's reports that President Croy has been arrested over in Crossbell. My intuition's telling me that the next few days are going to be a major turning point for the continent as a whole. Something big's going to happen. When it does, there'll be no going back to the way things were. You get the same feeling. Like something is going to happen during the upcoming battle that will change things forever. Still, if that's the case, the guild can't very well sit idle. I'll try to get in contact with Toval and see what we can do. Stay safe, Class 7, and good luck. Thank you. We shall. Judging by the information I'm getting in, the next few days will be a major turning point for the continent. I'm starting to feel really nervous. No one knows where Duke Cayenne is too, which makes me even more concerned. What's saying he left command of the army to his chief of staff and then disappeared behind the scenes? That may be a sign of some new and unexpected development brewing. I'd keep my ears to the ground. The battle in Heimdall begins at noon, does it? I'm feeling very apprehensive about all this. Could determine the direction the war goes from here on out, after all. I just wish we could do something more than pray to the spirits for their aid. I avoided telling the children about the upcoming battle. Don't need any more worry in their young lives. It's not like they could blame me for keeping secrets, after they kept their helping out around the town from me. I just hope the peace returns soon, so that they can play without needing to worry about putting things back together. This country's no stranger to war. It saw more than its fair share in the Middle Ages. Legends tell us that whenever war broke out, the spirits would grow restless and cover this town in fog. Sure enough, that's exactly what happened with this war. All I need to know that there are many spirits in Agram. There's nothing strange about that. This country has been around for a long, long time, bound to have attracted some. Agram said to have existed since the days when people lived in harmony with Adios. So no surprise that there are many spirits here. They share this land with us, so we need to treat them with respect. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. You think he's wishing us good luck? Well, I guess we appreciate the sentiment. Woof woof. I really think it's about time I got back to work, though. Left the goats on their own for too long now as it is. But there's supposed to be a battle in Heimdall today. Please just wait one more day so we can see how that goes. I know you're worried about your goats, but they'll be fine. It's you I'm worried about. I know, but still. My wife's been desperately trying to stop me from getting back to work, but I really can't be away from the goats for much longer. If you ask me, it's pretty unlikely the fighting will spread all the way out here. Heimdall's pretty far away after all. Like at least 3 or 4 days with them to get things back in order. He's always like this, putting his work before anything else. Try to talk some sense into him, but it's a losing battle. Guess he's probably be alright if he's just a few days. Still going to constantly worry for his safety. I'm doomed to spend the rest of this war in constant state of worry, aren't I? I hear you're running off to Heimdall to end the war, is that true? Just the thought got me all fired up. If I were 10 years younger, I'd go with you and show everyone the true power of the Arcade School. Sadly, as decrepit as I am now, I'd only get in your way. So frustrating to acknowledge. Can look forward to hearing all about your heroic exploits at the very least. Noon draws ever closer, but all I can offer you are my best wishes. If you would promise me something, please give this your all and return to us safely. I look forward to hearing all of your tales of daring do when you come back. This battle in Heimdall could end the war, for better or for worse. The thought makes me nervous. Everyone here knows that the Alliance is in the wrong. I'm just hoping they don't emerge victorious. And what happens, do be careful on your travels. Can't stress that enough. I really wish Dad would be more mindful of his age sometimes. If I don't calm him down, his blood pressure's gonna go through the roof. But don't worry, I'll take care of him. You just worry about looking after yourselves. Mary is worried about all the reports that the fighting's got even worse over in the west. Wish there was something I could do to comfort her, but any gesture I could make would seem almost patronizing. It's times like these that I wish I had the strength and character Lady Laura does. Maybe then I could actually do something. I know what Maria is going to do. I'm a little worried about her. She's just one of the countless people affected by all of this, too. I just want it to all be over. People are saying there's going to be a big battle over in Heimdall today. Fighting in the West is supposed to be worse than ever, too. I should probably start considering the possibility that we might not ever be able to go back home. Maybe taking Weber upon his kind offer and starting a new life here was our best choice after all. I shouldn't rush into a big decision. I have to think long and hard about what to do in the long term. It's not like I can put off thinking about it forever, right? Rumors of a Calvardian invasion are making the rounds again. No matter what the future brings, though, what we can do is try to help one another in whatever way we can. On that note, I told Maria that I'd be happy to offer her pay for her work here at the inn. Hopefully employing her will help her start a new life here, assuming that's really what she wants to do. Maria's a really hard worker, so I'd be more than happy if she kept working here. But if she ends up going back to her old home eventually, saving up some money while she's here could be helpful. The fish are oddly restless today. Could be due to the impending battle in Heimdall. Could they know? Fish are so restless today, I haven't been able to get a single bite. Can't be a good sign. Take care of yourselves if you're not staying in today. We're hearing that we're going to see a lot of refugees arriving in Legram today. Which is why we'll be doing everything in our power to help them, won't we, Father? Yeah, sure. Just don't burn yourself out with all that work, okay? Our duties are to spread the teachings of the goddess and ease the fears of everyone around us. Today we'll put our ability to do both to the test, and I intend to prove that I'm up to the task. Sounds like today is going to be a busy one, huh? Church is going to do what it can to help out and whatever, obviously. Yeah, I should probably schedule a mass or something too. Don't want Theramis getting on my case of being lazy again. No one around here is super worried about what's going to happen, so I'm totally okay with helping them all out. Except Theramis doesn't go overboard on this stuff and end up wiping herself out or anything. Honestly. If I didn't keep an eye on her and tell her to chill, she would too. Gonna have to be careful. This is just a little something I made to thank you for saving my dad. Oh, and thanks again for saving his life the way you did. I just couldn't bear the thought of you not knowing just how much we both appreciated your actions. Well, your kindness is appreciated. Though I would prefer it if you and your father didn't blow what I did out of proportion. A student of the sword, keeping others safe is simply what I believe to be right. Anyone else would have done the same. Frankly speaking, my journey to become a master swordsman is only just beginning. If you truly wish to thank me, I'd be very grateful if you could watch over me and support me in my training. Watch over and support you? Well, if that's what you want, I'd be more than happy to. I mean, I could do that. You have my thanks, although I'm afraid I don't know what's got you all flustered. You saw all that? Please don't misunderstand my behavior. I have no intention of betraying my feelings for Lady Laura. What's there to misunderstand? There's no need to hide anything on my behalf. Do I sense some trouble brewing in Laura's fan club? Cindy's been friendly to me since the event with her father, but that's left me feeling a little uncomfortable. I'll have so much to learn, so I'd prefer it if other people weren't making my skills out to be greater than they really are. One day, though, I'll become a true warrior who can really be proud of his own capabilities. But until that time, I'd like to ask that everyone watch over me and try to guide me down that path. Oh, mate. Morning practice proved especially fruitful today. One thing, we're finally able to defeat the acting master in battle. It may have been a 4-on-1 match, but the deed stands. Still, there are many hours in the day. We need to prepare for whatever else it may bring us. This morning has been remarkably calm, perhaps too calm. Today's events are surely to mark a crossroads in this war. No matter which path it takes, we have to be ready. It's almost time for the big showdown. Meanwhile, we've received no word from Mr. Arcade about what he's up to. Understand why, of course. He's been busy fighting somewhere out there. And we've got our own battles to fight here. Fight them we shall. It's fairly likely this battle will lead to a new batch of refugees today. Which means we're in for a busy day, too. It's recently dawned on me that a person's strength is really determined by how many people they're able to protect. At least that's the way I see it. If you think of it that way, Master Arcade's strength is unmatched. Protects tons of people. And I'm sure that if we put our minds and swords to it, we can protect even more. Sure, somewhere out there, Master Arcade is fighting to protect others as we speak. Might not be able to fight by his side, but we can train back here and fight the good fight in our own way. Good morning, everyone. Allow me to extend my congratulations for recovering Thor's military academy. The war situation may be at its most chaotic thus far, but it does finally seem to be moving towards a conclusion. The end may finally be in sight. Please don't give up. We won't. Thank you for your encouragement. If you don't mind, leave everything here at a gram to us. In return, I ask only that you follow your beliefs to the very end. We came to get some work from Mr. Klaus, but said he doesn't have any today. Ah, well. Hey, all of us together like this, can't just do nothing. Okay, let's go play then. Yeah, I want to be the Eisenretter. Trains are coming here again, so it sounds like there's nothing to worry about now. Maybe we should play pretend with our swords. Sounds fun. Oh, I almost forgot. I gotta say sir at the end of everything. Sir. Looks like there's nothing for us to help out with today. Means we can play. Where has that prana gotten herself to? It's not like her to go out and leave the mansion like this. I was all ready to tell her my predictions of the battle for Heimdall, and that will take 3 months. Such a shame. But never mind that. Good luck. Every one of us here will be cheering you on. As long as you don't give up, I'm sure you'll emerge victorious. Everyone here in the ground is cheering you on, so good luck. As long as you don't give up, I'm sure you'll emerge victorious, so go out there and give it your all. Our family is going to take shelter in the church. The battle will be pretty far from town, but we'll still be able to hear it raging. So I'd rather have my family in the safest, most reassuring place possible. You kids should be careful too. I know you're helping the military, but still just students. When you all come back safe and sound, you can tell us all about it. I'm taking shelter at the church before, so it should all be okay. I'm still kind of scared though. I heard some people say that this is going to be an even bigger battle than usual. Mum and Dad seem kind of nervous about what's going to happen. Well, that means I've got to be brave enough for all 3 of us. Aww. Okay, you're all changed now. You haven't forgotten anything, have you? Nuh-uh. You should make sure that all of you are fully prepared too, promise? We'd be very upset if anything were to happen to our dearest neighbors. What? You want something? Unless you want to get shut inside, you better get out. I'm about to close for the day. The Alliance ain't fooling around today. It's gonna get real messy real fast. That's what I was afraid of. Yeah, something big went down on the Western Front last night from the sounds of it. Things are happening alright. You're gonna want to watch your backs. I've let the people here know that we might have to flee the town if it comes down to it. But no matter what happens, we'll get by. And you better too. You're not strong enough to get involved in the real war. You can do your part, alright. Do you need anything from us? We won't be open for much longer, but if I can help you, please let me know. Can't provide you with much support, but I'm happy to do what little I can. Only a few more hours. Please make sure you're ready for whatever you might face today. Academy just told us we'll need to be ready on guard for the battle happening in Heimdall. I'm even gonna flee Trista if things start getting too hairy. So don't you worry about us. We can take care of ourselves. You just go and do whatever it is you gotta do. Oh, that? Still outside, isn't it? Oh no, what are we gonna do if it gets damaged by the battle? Dad, the battle won't start for a while. It's in Heimdall. Got tons of time to bring everything in. Every time anything happens remotely close to us, he starts freaking out like this. And I can't really blame him after seeing all those tanks go by. It's got me a little scared too. Norton, it's good to see you. I headed this way the moment I heard a whisper of a rumor that Trista had been liberated, and I wish I could have seen that. But I did manage to get some photos of the 4th Division passing by earlier. Better than nothing. And the big battle does roll around. I'll be on the front lines trying to get some good pictures. So this might be the last time I ever get to wish you guys good luck. Hopefully Adios is happy with all of us today. Yeah, right back at you. This will be my first time reporting from the front lines like this. Don't mind telling you, I'm pretty nervous about it. Still, I feel like I'm the only one who can go out there and capture the unbiased truth right now, so the risk is worth it. Before I go, maybe I should visit an old colleague of mine. He's supposed to be here right now, but... And I can imagine his journalistic spirit is flaring up with everything going on. The flowers endure the cold winters in order to bloom even more beautifully in spring. The longer it takes, the more beautiful the flowers eventually become when they finally bloom too. You have to come back to us. Safe. I wouldn't want you to miss them. Lord of Trista wants you back soon. I'm helping Dad close this shop, so if there's something you want to buy, hurry up and do it, okay? I hope Title's gonna be okay. She'd be pretty clumsy sometimes, so I'm kind of worried about her. Guess I'd better go check on her in a bit, huh? I'll be working hard over here, so you guys need to work even harder. Deal? Say hi to Rosine for me, okay? Oh dear, I was wondering when it was gonna come up. The merchants of Trista have agreed that we all need to close up shop before the battle begins. That's what we're gonna do. Don't you worry about us, though. We'll be just fine. You've saved everyone here in Trista, so go out and do the same for the people of the capital. Got a lot of friends over in the capital, so I'm a little worried about how this is all gonna pan out. I'll be praying for your success and hoping for the best. There's still some time before noon, but I think it's time I start evacuating. Better safe than sorry, I always say. What's at stake today, you really can't be too cautious. Goes for you too. Please try not to do anything too rash. Keeping yourself safe should always be your top priority, if you ask me. How did you think I've lived so long? I assumed all the walks you were doing. So, wherever you find yourself today, do take care of yourself. Like those walks would be good for your health, right? Your heart and everything? I'm planning on evacuating to the church, personally. I'm sure I'll be safe there, no matter what happens in Heimdall. But I hope the goddess watches over both of us. Hope we'll be able to talk to each other again soon. As do I. More tanks than I've ever seen in my life just passed by us. My first time seeing the famous 4th Armored Division up close, and honestly, sent a chill down my spine. Especially when you think that they're going to be doing battle against another army that's just as big. Really think it'd be a good idea to close up shop early today. It'd be kind of tough if I've still got customers milling around. Hopefully I can get them out of here in time. Why, who do you have here? I didn't expect you to still be in Trista, Professor. Think of it as a period of reflection on my first large-scale project in some time. Nothing more than that. Zemurian ore proved to be a real challenge to work with, but I found the experience valuable all the same. That's true. That blade never would have been completed without you. Once this is all over, I'll be sure to come visit and thank you properly for all of this. I'd like to thank you for all you've done for my grandfather. I don't want your thanks. And on the topic of the doddering old fool, I'd like you to give him a message from me. Tell him to stop pretending to be some sort of hermit or whatever he says he is and do his damn job for once. Roger. Lloyd, I don't care about how you use the finished product or even what happens to this nation because of it. All I want for you is data on its usage. Good data. Glad to see he's as friendly as ever. Modesty and empathy are not this man's strong suits. I'll be going back to the Institute before long. Can't pretend to care about the battles you're running off to fight, but do try and collect some useful data for me. Should be a great boon to my future research. Yeah. What fortunate town longs to feel the gentle caress of my presence and hear my words of love next, I wonder? Traveling performer does not choose his destinations. They call to him like the voice of a siren. Whenever I open my ears, I think I hear a city of 800,000 people calling my name. But whether I make it is up to you. Like birds seeking a new tree to build a nest upon, I'm always listening for the call of the next place to build my own. But whether or not I can do so is in the hands of you gentle souls. I started copying Kenny to see if I can catch fish too. Only caught little ones so far, but it's really fun. I'll have to show him what I've caught when he comes back. I'm sure he'll be back soon, I just know he will. Then I'll show him all the fishies I've caught. It sounds as though this battle will be the most dangerous one to date, so it makes sense to prepare for the worst. That goes for you too. If you think you need one of something, take two. Still got bright futures ahead of you. So don't even think about throwing your lives away over a lack of preparation. Emil, have you told Annie to get ready? Not yet, give me just a minute. Go tell her, she's fishing right now. Huh? Has Annie gone out again? What has gotten into her lately? I'll have to go and drag her back inside before the battle begins at least. Dad, have you seen Annie anywhere? She was near the front door earlier. I knew it. What's she doing out there? Fishing! Oh yes, lovely picture. Preparing for the possibility that we'll have to evacuate. It's just a precaution, of course. No need to worry about the people of Trista, though. We've done this before, and we stick together when times are tough. No need to worry about emergency food supplies, Melissa. I took some over last time. I know, don't worry. I come to the church. Whenever there's a battle nearby, it's just safer that way. Helps that Mick always lets us know in advance when one's brewing too. Really don't know where he gets all his information from, but I can't imagine where we'd be without him. Oh, Adios, please protect the people of Trista. And please give your blessings to the children of Thors as they go out and face the great danger that awaits them. We'll be fine. Whenever a battle starts brewing, I make sure to come here and pray. I feel so much calmer than I would at home, just by virtue of feeling that much closer to the goddess. O Adios, O Dracula the Lionheart, I beg the both of you, please keep this town safe from harm. You will always be here whenever the people of this town need our aid, no matter what happens. So let us all pray to the goddess that she might heal the sadness of this world. When the battle for Heimdall begins, innocent people will be caught in the crossfire. There is every chance of that. As the priest of this church, I will do all I can to keep my townspeople safe, including offering up prayers for Trista's protection to Adios. Don't worry, I will of course be praying for all of you too. Please come home to us in good health soon. I hear you have quite the ordeal ahead of you today. All I can do is wish you luck, but know that I'll be waiting here for your return. Please come back safe, everyone. I leave the upper class students in your care for now. Please come back safe, everyone. Be sure that every single one of you comes back here safely. I'll be here, making sure the academy is in tip-top condition for when you do. I don't know how well my lineup matches up to what you used to, but if you see anything you want, go ahead and buy. Can't wait to hear how things went once you get back. Oh, you came all the way back just to eat here? Aren't you just sweet? Go ahead and order what you like. You can't fight on an empty stomach. When all of this is over, I want everyone to come back and dine right here. Until that day comes, I'll work and work to keep refining my skills as a chef. What are you still doing here? Do you notice everybody evacuating? I'm here because these are my work hours. You can't expect me to just ditch work and run away when we've got so much to do. But I'm not the issue here. You are. I told you to be good and stay at home. But I'm worried about you. There's no need to worry about me. Just fine. You need to get home, okay? So she can worry about me, but I'm not supposed to worry about her. How selfish can you get? Can't help it, though. Everything should be okay. I'm gonna be so quiet with all the students gone. Can't wait to see you kids when it back up with life. Once your operation is over, come on back, okay? I'll be sure to have lots of exciting new books ready to check out when you do. It's no secret by now that I used to be a colonel in the military. Really? The 100 Days War 12 years ago was a major factor in my early retirement, in fact. That was the one between us and LeBeau, right? That's right. It was meaningless, fueled by nothing but the foolish desires of a few select individuals. Countless Libernian lives lost over nothing. Made me realize that I no longer had the ability to save the people who truly needed saving. You, on the other hand, all of you seem to have the ability to bring light back to this land in a way that I cannot. More importantly, I believe in you. That's why I'm confident you'll all make it back from the ordeal ahead. Thank you, Instructor. It's the least we can do, after all. We'll be back, Beatrix. We promise. I think that you may have the ability to bring light back to this land in a way that I cannot. More importantly, I believe in you. So I'm confident you'll all make it back from the ordeal ahead. I'll be waiting on bated breath for your happy return. Make sure to take care of yourself. And Instructor Makarov too, if you wouldn't mind. It's truly peculiar how quiet this building becomes without any students within its walls. It won't remain that way for long, of course, because you'll all be back here soon, will you not? Answer carefully, as I will not stand for a single student being absent when the time comes. Neither upper nor lower class. Understood. We'll be back soon, sir. I will turn a blind eye to your abysmal class attendance over the past 2 months, so that you may become a second year. However, should you or any of the students not return safely, I will ensure you remain a first year for the rest of your life. This war was ignited by the death of Gilead Osborne, but now it appears that it's finally approaching its end. Speaking of Osborne, he was one of your subordinates back in the army, wasn't he? It's all true. He was a fine one at that. I trusted him absolutely, and thought of leaving the future of our army to him. 12 years ago, he left and was chosen by His Majesty to be our new Chancellor. Sir? Forgive me, I was lost in my memories. That is of no consequence. Everything rests on your shoulders now. Give your best to the trials ahead of you, and return to us safe and unharmed. I'll be waiting for you. We will, sir. We'll be back as soon as we can. I swear that we will be successful. Overcome the trials in your path and return safely to this academy, Schwarzer. I'll be here, waiting eagerly to hear the stories of your success. And do be careful. We all want to see your smiling faces at this spring's closing ceremony. It's almost time, isn't it? This clash between the Imperial Army and the Noble Alliance still shapes the future of the Empire itself. Yet all I can do is stand by and watch it unfold. Don't think you're giving yourself enough credit, Your Highness. We never would have been able to come this far without your support. I've really counted on you for so much. And now it's our turn to repay the favor. We'll pull out all the stops to make sure this operation succeeds. You could say that it's our duty as Erebonian citizens to ensure this operation's success. Ensuring this operation's success is crucial, even essential to making amends for my family's inexcusable actions. Thank you so much, everyone. Please be careful out there, and may Adios go with you. As much as I'd like to come along with you, I know my staying here is probably for the best right now. But I'm putting my trust in each of you and your ability to rescue them. Please be careful out there, and may Adios go with you.